If raw feeding isn't an option for you because of the cost, the time, or simply the hassle, this video is going to be for you. I'm going to show you exactly what I'd feed my own dog if I couldn't afford raw. We'll talk about the science of protein and muscle maintenance, why so many commercial dog foods fail your dog nutritionally, and what you can do to fix it affordably. Whether you're considering DIY, a better kibble, a hybrid approach, I'll also share my free guide on how to feed your dog better. Before we start, my name is Sam, I'm a dog and cat nutritionist, and it's important for you to understand that I'm an independent nutritionist. I do not answer to anyone and I give you my own opinion. Now, protein is non-negotiable. Let's start with muscle protein synthesis. Dogs, just like us, constantly break and rebuild muscle tissue, especially as we all age, or if they are recovering from illness, injury, or surgery. This process slows. It's called sarcopenia in the medical field, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. That's why we should always prioritize protein, specifically the quality and digestibility of that particular protein. The problem is that many commercial dog foods are not prioritizing this. They prioritize profit margins, so they stuff kibble with cheap fillers like corn, wheat, or pea starch. Not because it's better for the dog, despite what they want you to believe, but because it's better for their bottom line. So what happens? Dogs get calories, but they don't get enough bioavailable amino acids, which are the actual building blocks of muscle, tissue repair, enzymes, immune cells, everything. So no, it's not about hitting protein percentages on a label. It's about quality, digestibility, and how much of that protein actually gets absorbed and used in the body, which is called biological value. So here's what I do if I couldn't feed raw full time. Option 1 is DIY my own dog food. Now, you do not need to be a nutritionist to feed your dog real food. I've created a full recipe guide with affordable meal ideas. But anyway, here's the gist. We are always going to start with lean meats. Think chicken thighs, turkey mince, beef heart, liver, which is so cheap and very nutrient dense. We are also going to prioritize protein. We can think eggs, nature's perfect protein. We are then going to include fiber, the carnivorous fiber, rabbit ears, lamb ears, or anything furry. That's absolutely wonderful for your dog. Not processed cereal fiber, things like maybe chia seeds, maybe some green veg, or our rabbit ears that we discussed before. Yes, great source of insoluble fiber and very good for your dog's gut. And do remember this, no diet is perfect every day. That's just not how biology works. We are aiming for balance over time, not hitting 100 nutrients per meal. That's a myth. Even in human nutrition, nobody ever has a 100% complete and balanced meal plan. I go into this in more detail in my recipe book, link in the description. It's built specifically for people who want to do better without spending a fortune. But if DIY isn't for you, maybe we need to choose a better kibble. So if you're sticking with kibble, it's convenient, it's great, no problem. At least choose the right one. Here is what I would look for. 1 is high protein from animal sources. Look for fresh meat, dehydrated meat as the first ingredient, even the second and third ingredient. Avoid, like the plague, cereal grains as the top ingredients. Wheat, corn, soy, rice, and be careful not to give your dog any sugar or sugar derivatives like caramelized sugar or sorbitol. Fat from clean sources, chicken fat, fish oil, and not animal digest, for example. I would try to find a kibble that is under 30% carbohydrates. Do not be fooled by grain-free if it's just swapped for peas and lentils. 50% cereals and 50% potato is still 50% carbohydrates. That's not biologically appropriate. One of my go-tos is to combine some fresh or cooked food with kibble. A scoop of beef mince, a raw egg, or a tin of sardines proteins on top of high quality kibble can radically improve your dog's amino acid profile. It's about really upgrading what you can afford. Is it perfect? No. There's a lot of debate as to whether you should combine fresh and raw and kibble together and you should mix them up. But so far, seeing thousands of people doing it, it doesn't really attract any drawbacks, so why not? If it's not harming your dog, then go for it. Obviously be responsible, but go for it. Let's explore this middle ground, which is going to be mixed feeding. This is what most people end up doing, and it's honestly the most realistic long-term solution. Maybe you feed a cooked meal 3 times a week. Maybe supplement with raw bones or a sardine here and there. And maybe you use kibble as a base, but you enhance it with eggs, leftovers, or my recipes. This hybrid model is not only affordable, it's nutritionally superior to 100% ultra processed kibble. The most important thing here is for you to realize to incorporate some fresh foods can have a super positive impact on your dog's health. As we've been discussing, protein has to be the priority for body composition, for your dog's muscles, longevity, and health. And let's be honest, commercial dog food is often protein poor and very carb heavy, which is the complete opposite to what we want. Now, you can do DIY affordably with a bit of guidance, or you can combine kibble with fresh food to massively upgrade your dog's diet. And above all, do not get bogged down by perfection, by guidelines. Just aim to do better. Just because you don't think you're doing things 100% correct doesn't mean that your dog is not going to benefit from them having some fresh food here and there. If you want to give them some left field options such as rabbit or venison or whitefish or whatever, then that's surely going to have a positive impact on your dog. Let's be honest, raw food sometimes gives people the ick. And nowadays, with so many healthy options for our dogs, maybe something in between can be the answer to your problems. I actually made another video and I try to compare cooked and raw, and I try to ascertain what's going to be better for you if you are still undecided as to what to feed your dog. Now, cooked food seems to be at the moment on the up and seems to be very popular, and a lot of people are trying to compare with raw and are trying to see whether it's as good or not. And I'm going to leave that video up here so that you can take a look and decide for yourself.